the video.
So all of
Tell a
this is
friend
all
and
Makito.
don't forget to subscribe. I'll be doing.
And it goes all the way down to California. The people of Hawaii. Because of Princess Bernice Hawaii Bishop. She was the great-granddaughter of Kamehameha I. She did not only have land here on this island, she had on all the islands except the island of Niihau. So Prince Jono Kuhil Kalanianoli, he was the second of our Hawaiian descendants to actually be inducted into Congress. And because of him, he introduced the Hawaiian Homestead Act to Congress, and it was passed in 1921. So from 1921 to 1970, all the Hawaiian, native descendants, they wanted to be on that Hawaiian homestead list. There's certain criteria you have to meet, and the biggest one was way back then they had to be 100% Hawaiian. So they had to show proof that their ancestors, that by submitting the many legal documents, birth certificates, baptismal, marriages, and many of them got on the. When you get on the list, it's a waiting game. It is a waiting game. It's not a random pick. They go according to when you submitted your application. My parents put in 1952. They did not get called until 1966. So, myself and my brothers, I put in 1972. My brothers all put in 73, 74, 75. And by the way, I have 13 brothers, no sisters.
Oh, you hear that, Carol?
And yes, I'm the only girl. And we all did not get our letter same year, 2007. Yeah, so we was on the list for a long time. I'm from this mountain ridge, all along down here in this province. This is all how I did properties.
Hey.
So when you get the letter, they're gonna tell you, they're gonna inform you where the big forum will be meeting, big meeting. And when you get there, you're gonna see many different, local people been on the list for a long time. Yeah. So when they call your name, you go up, they give you this pin with your name on it. But there's a big board with so many different properties. You just look at it, scan it, where you want your house to be built. No. Yeah. So before I pass, I have to actually name a successor. So I put 3 different successors on there.
Okay, and then of course they would have to renew the lease for it.
Yes. So my oldest granddaughter, she will get that. So she will, submit my death certificate. She does the same thing. Signs that paper, pays $99, but another 99 years.
We're at the National
That word
Memorial
Puuaina means
Cemetery.
hills of sacrifice. This grassy area that you see on the backside of this flagpole, these were the very first unknowns that was buried here. But there's many other unknowns buried all over in this cemetery. All over. But they say almost 98.5 have already been identified.
You know how the right now is about 4 months. We actually
So this one is all, yeah. So this is all up to the far right, going to the far left. Yeah, right on this whole thing. So, World War II. So these 3 pillars on the right and first three pillars on the left are from the United States. All the other pillars are in the States. These were all the MIAs. All the MIAs. And this one right here, from this corner to the 7th Street up front in front of us, up to that trash bin way up there. These are all the 442nd. These are all the local soldiers, men. Many of them were actually from Asian descent and buried here, including our two senators, Senator Daniel K. Inouye, who was also our international airport was named after, and Senator Sparky Matsunaga. Today, Tripler Army Medical Center was renamed after him.
Exactly knew what they were doing when they decorated with this tree. These trees that had a long time.
Yes, so this one right around this whole circle is known as the Chinese oak trees. But all the ones on the inside, these are all the monkey pod trees. But look up on that hill there at the top. See that lookout? You know, before the COVID, we all could go up there. We could take our visitors to go up there. It's a beautiful lookout. But right underneath that lookout is a fallout shelter. Before this came to what it is today, this is actually where the National Guard Armory was located in the big crater. So the first two gravesites that was placed in this crater, 1949. There was an unknown Marine, and the other person, he was actually a journalist. Mr. Ernie Kyle of World War II. Yeah. Up until 2 weeks ago, I did not know that we couldn't stop here. Until I got stopped by the security. And he told me, Andy, you cannot stop over here. I said, really? I've been doing it for the past how many years? So all down below here is all my homes and stuff. There's a family who lives in this community here. You see that big house on the corner there? With the solar panels under the roof. Today they have solar panels. 22 children. 11 boys and 11 girls. Today, you know, they're actually their great-great-grandfather was the very first fire chief. So today there's many of them in the fire department, police department, medical field, even the justice system. If you know anyone who is buried here but do not know the location, this is where you come to find out that information. As long as you have the name, the branch they served, if you have their birth certificate, which is even faster, or their social security, which is even faster, they will not just give you a piece of paper. They will personally escort you to the gravesite. So it's going to be like this, raining off and on all day today. So I live where that mountain is. Straight here. I live where that mountain is. These were all the big, small little old-time cemeteries. You know, before they actually started having all these cemeteries, families way back then actually used to bury their loved ones in their backyard. Yeah. were not like how it is today. So that's the problem that the rail developer is having today. Within the past 4 or 5 years, each time they're going into a different area. That's actually where you go to get, if we need our birth certificates, that's where we go. Birth certificates, divorce. Even if you're getting married, that is also where you get your permit, marriage permit. But look there to the right. See that home right there, the white? That's the governor's mansion.
Okay.
This big building here, we make this right on the left-hand side. That is our state capitol. Our state capitol opened up 10 years after Hawaii became a state. It became a state 1959. This opened up 1969. And this statue in front of it is actually right there. The statue of Father Damien. He was a priest who actually gave up his life taking care of the many, many sick people that was placed on one of our another Hawaiian islands in a small little fishing village known as Kalaupapa. Later on it was known as the leper colony.
That was
This-
Father what?
Father Damien. And he was from Belgium. He was canonized in 1990. This home here on the right, today that's the museum. That is where our very last reigning monarch, that is the museum. Queen Lydia Kalani. She actually became the sole owner of that home when her husband, John Dominus, passed. When she was on the throne, he was actually her financial advisor. 3 months after he passed, that's when the overthrow of the monarchy took place.
Do you have a problem? How much?
Yeah.
Nothing like we have. I know, but not like. But we have more. That's my point. We have 10 now.
And this home, this building right here on our left, this used to be the Royal Guardsmen's quarters, Halikoa. Today, you go to make a reservation to visit, tour inside of the palace. That is where you go to pick up your administration tickets. And this right here is where they had coronations of the last reign, Buckingham Palace, and many, many other states. You know, our last reigning king, he knew what the value of money was. Kamehameha dynasty did not. They had no idea what the value of money was. But our last king did. This is the Kamehameha statue. Anyone want to go out and take pictures? Go here, like. And those stones are actually coral stones that was chipped off from the reef to build that church.
Buckle up.
But on the inside of this church is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It's all gold.
I gotta get on.
Like the entire
I buckled you
inside of
2 times
that
when you
church.
shut that down.
And this building here is our library, very first library. And this is our city hall here on our right. Missionary homes in the corner there, right on the back side of the church. That was placed there in the 1820s, late 1820s. We're gonna go up a few ways.
Sit.
And this building here, beautiful fence. You know of anyone who lives here actually looking for get a copy of the last, especially on Kalakaua Avenue, the very last traffic lane closest to the curb. You can ride it and take up the whole lane. You know, the bicycle lane in Waikiki is very narrow. Very narrow. So it's safer for you to actually take up that whole right lane. Yes, it is legal.